Hi, I'm Bob Anch, a senior editor with CE Pro Magazine, and today I am speaking with Scott Fink, home theater product manager for the hugely popular brand Sonos. Scott, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Very happy to be here. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. We got a few fun topics to discuss. We're going to talk about Sonos's home theater products. We're going to talk about immersive audio. We're going to talk about surround sound. And I'd like to get right into this. So with that being said, let's briefly recap before we move forward. So it's been a busy year for Sonos. Can you recap some of the newer products within the home theater product line, such as the Ray soundbar and the Sub Mini product releases?
Yeah, you're right. It has been a busy 12 months for Sonos. So last year we launched the Sonos Ray, which is our most compact soundbar to date, but is at a very accessible price point for our customers. And it sounds amazing for its size. And really, we find people are using Ray in a couple ways, but if they maybe don't have a huge budget for a certain space or for a certain room, they're putting in Ray, they're using it with their television, so they can really hear crisp dialogue and get some spaciousness to the sound, but also for secondary rooms. So for people who are looking at a bedroom or a home office, maybe a kid's room, Ray is a great complement if you've already got maybe an Arc or a Beam somewhere else in the house and you want to extend Sonos to a new room of your own.
Okay, I'd like to focus on the Sub Mini for a little bit here. I think it's an important product for Sonos dealers. What are some of the ways that integrators can use this product for not only home theater and surround sound, but also stereo two-channel audio?
Yeah, so Sub Mini is just such a cool product. Customers have been asking for years, and so we're finally happy to have a product that, again, it's a more compact version than the Sonos Sub. And that's great for, just when you want to add more bass, but maybe you don't have all the space that is required of the Sub, or you want something that kind of blends in even more seamlessly. That's where people start to go with the Sub Mini. Also, it's at an even more accessible price point, which is great. And so people tend to be using a Sub Mini in small to medium-sized rooms. It pairs perfectly with the Sonos Ray, which we just talked about, Sonos Beam. Both of those soundbars are great options to use it with. But as you alluded to, it's also great if, say, you've got a pair of Sonos Ones, or maybe you're getting into our new Era 100s, which we just launched the other week. Sub Mini pairs really great with those products as well, just for music listening. So it really adds that nice low-end way to flesh out the sound for many spaces of your home.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Moving on to a broader topic, home theater, and I'll throw out a buzzword here, immersive audio. What are some of the ways that Sonos dealers can address immersive audio, surround sound, through the use of the Sonos product line?
Yeah, I mean, as everyone knows, immersive audio, spatial audio, it's really becoming popular. As more content is being created and more people, learn about formats like Dolby Atmos, they want to listen to their music in a new way and enjoy their favorite TV shows and movies in kind of the most immersive way possible. And so probably the best starting point is actually to talk about our new Era 300s. They're a bold new speaker, and probably I'd call it the best way to listen to out loud spatial audio from a single compact speaker. And so just as a speaker you could put on your countertop, in your kitchen, in your living room, maybe in your bedroom. It's a phenomenal way to listen to spatial audio music. And you can use one of them, or you can put two of them together, and it just creates an incredible sense of immersion in that the speaker itself can fire sound forward like a normal speaker, but also to the left, to the right, and even above you. And so it can really take advantage of these the spatial audio codecs and formats that are designed not only for left and right stereo, but for a whole new immersive way of listening to music. But we're Sonos, so we make our products very versatile. And so what people do with the Era 300s is, let's say you've got an existing Atmos enabled soundbar from us. Maybe it's a Beam, maybe it's an Arc. You can take two Sonos Era 300s and use them as your surround sound speakers. And what's really great, this is the first time you can get multi-channel surround sound for your Sonos home theater. So unlike, say, the pair of Sonos Ones, which each just had a single channel to them, these Era 300s, again, are now firing sound in multiple directions. So not only do you have the rear surround channel, but you have the rear side channel, as well as the rear height channel. So you have a total of 6 additional channels that are now behind you, in addition to the Beam and Arc that are in front of you. So that, combined with our TruePlay technology that helps blend all of those channels together seamlessly, you just get this incredible bubble of sound around you with Sonos Home Theater.
That sounds really cool. Scott, I want to ask you about something that's maybe a little underplayed in the custom install market, and that is Sonos by Sonance. And this is your partnership with the popular company Sonance, where you're employing architectural in-wall loudspeakers. How can dealers utilize this combination to address some of these more design-focused, unobtrusive home theater designs that are growing in popularity within the market?
Yeah, I'm actually glad you're asking about this, because not everyone knows about it. Certainly installers know a lot about kind of this architectural speakers, but Sonos by Sonance is exactly as you kind of described, this ability to integrate Sonos further into your space, so it basically becomes invisible. So these Sonos by Sonance speakers combined with the Sonos Amp are just really incredible ways to integrate Sonos into your home. And what's really special about these speakers is they can take advantage of TruePlay. Now, TruePlay, a lot of people know, but in case you don't, it's our software feature that basically optimizes the sound of the speakers for the space you're in. So it understands the spectral characteristics of your room, and then uses our software to help correct or enhance the sound for that room. So when you use Sonos by Sonance speakers with our amp, you get that functionality of TruePlay just to make sure that the sound is perfect for that space.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Here's my final question, and this may sound like an obvious, or even, I won't say dumb, but it's kind of an obvious question. How user-friendly is the Sonos app for homeowners that want to control their home theater systems?
Yeah, this is a really great question, because sometimes I get people that come to me and they say, hey, I hear I have to use an app. And the short answer is, like, if you're just using your TV and you've got a Sonos home theater speaker with it, you just use your existing TV remote and that's it, you're done. But the Sonos app is there for a couple of reasons. One, when you first set it up, if you don't have an installer come to your home, the Sonos app is how you set it up. But also, if you just need to tweak something, so if you want to group speakers together, maybe you want to have your living room and your kitchen because you have an open floor plan, you want to bring those two spaces grouped together, so it just creates one big soundscape. Sonos app is a great way to do that. Also to enable TruePlay and make sure you've got the room dialed in for the best sound for your space. And also, if you want to turn on things like speech enhancement, or the night mode to help better control the level of clarity and the dynamic range of our Sonos home theater for certain times of day. That's where the Sonos app really comes into play, and it's super easy. It's just an app on your phone, tap it open, and away you go.
Scott, I'm sorry, I kind of lied a little bit. I do have a couple of small questions for you. Yeah. And I only ask these for clarity to help anyone that pops onto to this video. You've alluded to TruePlay a couple of times. Could you explain what TruePlay is briefly? And then secondly, to end all my questions, I promise no more after this, where can people go to learn more about Sonos if they hop on the internet?
Yeah. Well, shoot, I would rather spend another hour talking about this stuff, Bob. But yeah, I'll go into a little more detail on TruePlay. So TruePlay is it's our proprietary software that helps calibrate our speakers for the spectral qualities of your room, or basically how your room sounds. People know that your bathroom sounds very different than, say, your living room. And so with TruePlay, we use the microphones in your controller, in this case, your phone or your tablet. And our new speakers actually use the microphones in the speakers themselves. They are 100 and 300s, use those speakers, use the microphones in those speakers. And so we're basically listening to the room, both spectrally and in the case of home theater, spatially. We understand where the walls of your room are and other big reflective surfaces. And that gives us an understanding of the room so that then we can change the EQ as well as the timing of our speakers. So the sound is basically optimized for your space. Those speakers are precisely tuned for your home, for your room, for the space that they're in. So that's what TruePlay is, and it's really great feature that helps integrate sound into your home like none other.
Okay.
And then if you learn more about Sonos, Sonos.com. We have a very easy to navigate website. Sonos, we don't produce hundreds and hundreds of products. You can learn about our music products, our music speakers, our home theater speakers, and our components that people attach those Sonos by Sonance speakers to. It's very simple, very well laid out, and that's where you can learn more.
All right, thank you, Scott. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to speak with me about Sonos and its new home theater products.
My pleasure, Bob.
Thank you.